Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just put your hands up. Okay. For this, welcome to this class. For this class, I will be needing all your participation and attention to make this class very interactive and nice, because that's how this class has been planned to be interactive, mostly an interactive class. So, without further ado, you guys can put your hands down. Without further ado, I will start. If you're using a system for this class, put up your hand. Okay, put down your hands. I got only 7 responses. If you're using a phone, please put up your hand. David, Daniel, Kinsley, why are your hands still up? Are you using both phones and system? If you're using a phone, please put up your hand. It's very paramount, I know this. Sure. Okay. We have only 4 people here. It's okay. You guys can put down your hands. For those people that are using phones, it will be good to take down notes for when you would get to your system, because what we're going to do today, the topic of today is terminal commands. It's an introductory class which will lead you on to the usage of Git and GitHub. So all I'm just here to do is to set you the preliminaries for Git, for terminal command, to know the commands you can use in terminal so that you'll be able to use them for your upcoming classes in Git and GitHub. Okay, so without further ado, I will share my screen. So if you can see my screen, just put up your hand. Put up your hand, comment in the chat box, put up your hand. Okay, that's cool. Okay, you guys can put down your hands down. So, for today's class, we are going to take terminal commands. You guys already know me. I am Chibuzo, Franklin Odigbo, your tutor for today. I hope you're glad to have me. So, yeah, it begs the question, why the hell do we need to learn terminal commands? So, before the advent of the trackpad and the mouse and everything, and proper routing system in desktops like your file manager and stuff, computers were meant for scientific people, technically scientific people, so to put it that way. So meaning that you only could access things on your system using commands, which means you needed to know the correct command to place and the correct routing system before you were able to select something. There were no trackpads, there was nothing like mouse to be able to guide you around. So people used the terminal to communicate with the system. You get that terminal the command, and it responds to you. So you can use this thing to do a lot of things. So the terminal actually saves quite a lot of time depending on what you want to use it to do. Like let's say you're in the middle of something and you need to get another file that fast, but you don't want to leave what you're doing, you can simply whip up your terminal, put in the command that you want to do, and get what you want to get, especially for file routing. So it's a way of keeping track of some features on your system, and it's a good way to communicate with your system because that terminal is the most direct means you are able to use it. You can use it for a number of things. You can get information from your computer, your servers, that's from the internet. You can use it to download stuff from the internet, and you using specific commands, and you can use it to get the hidden potential of your system. So, what is a terminal? The terminal is known as a command line interface or console. It's a text-based interface in a computer operating system that allows users to interact with the computer using commands centered as text. Unlike graphical user interfaces, which is the one we are most accustomed to, because an entire system is based on graphics. That is the files, folders you're seeing, the file types you're seeing, and everything. Those are graphics. Those are graphic interfaces that uses icons and menus. The terminal relies on typed commands to perform tasks and operations. In a terminal, users can enter commands, execute scripts, and navigate the file system. The terminal provides direct access to the system's underlying functions and utilities, making it a powerful tool for tasks like system administration, programs, are most commonly found in Unix-like operating systems such as Linux and macOS, and can be opened from applications or with keyboard shortcuts. They offer a more efficient way to interact with the system, especially for tasks that might be time-consuming or complex through graphical interfaces. So it's exactly as it said. It saves you a lot of time, especially when you know the command to get to something and your file is a bit far away. You would be able to access your files without having to compromise what exactly you're doing through keyboard shortcuts. So you'll be able to access your files faster and get on with it quicker. But if you notice, there's a catch here. It said that it's commonly found in Unix-like operating systems such as Linux and macOS. What this tells you is that automatically Windows is not a Unix operating system. It's not a Unix-like operating system, but it comes with its own. It comes with what we know as the command prompt, which is the Windows substitute for the terminal. While it is robust in its own performance, it's not. It does not give close enough the value that you will get from using a pure Unix-based CLI. CLI is short for command line interface. So, terminal versus the command prompt. Whilst the terminal is for Unix-based operating system, command prompt is a Windows version of that. They are both text-based scripting processes which give context to their own command systems. You are able to use some of the commands you would use on your normal command prompt on terminal, but the terminal offers some methods which is not easily done on Windows. To this effect, we would be getting the Git command system, so we'll be able to use these commands properly. Okay. But before we do that, I want us to have a little bit of practice on using command prompt to run some processes. So I'll have to share my entire screen to that effect. Favor and Chisom, why are your hands still up? It's distracting. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my entire screen. That's cool. If you can see my entire screen, just leave a comment and we'll move on. It's supposed to show a huge parallax of screens. So yes. So yeah, so as we said, we're going to be navigating this thing using our entire Windows shortcuts, because shortcuts is basically the fastest way you can get to do anything on your system. So you whip out your run, You run command by pressing the Windows plus R. Then you type in CMD inside for people using system. Then you now hit enter. You should bring out the command interface for you automatically. You should have something like this. This is the Windows command prompt interface. So with this command prompt interface, you can do a score of things. To start this CMD, all you have to do is to press the Windows plus R key, type in CMD in the run command that is there, and hit enter. And then you should have this entire gimmick pop up. Like you have this entire thing pop up. Okay, so let's see a list of commands we can run. I just want to give us a little bit of insight on what we are able to do. So if you type help, you'll be able to see a list of commands that you can run. So while these are not important, it's okay that you take a look into all of them so you'll be able to know what exactly you are able to do. Like now, um, if I want to do something mad and it looks to you like as if I ran one kind of massive command that has one massive thing that's going on in my background, I can simply do this. Now it looks like it's running a whole bunch of commands and there is something going on in my system behind the scenes. Yes, whilst that there is something going on in my system behind the scenes, it's just bringing out the map of every directory associated to this particular drive that I am on. So it is running the hierarchy session to everything that has been stored in this computer. That is what it's basically doing. In this particular hard disk, is bringing out everything that has been mapped. So it looks like one long thing that is running on, but it's just bringing out the list of processes, files, folders, the place they are stored. Okay. So by just pressing Control C, I'm able to stop this thing from continuous running because I don't want it to do anything. And then by using the simple command CLS, yeah, I'm going to be able to clear the screen and then revert it back to normal. So let's try to do something. Let's try to do something nice. So I used the echo command. Now, what this echo command does is just prints out the text that I put here, the string that I put here. So it says hello world. That's the text. So what echo does is just to print out the text that is there. So that's one of the few commands you are able to use in CMD. But before we move forward, let's get to installing Git. So to install Git, it's just going to take us a few steps, and all these steps are baby steps. It's nothing that hard. So to install Git, super fast. All we need to do is to go to the website. So I am going to I'm going to post the website here. So you can all copy and go to it. So for those people using Mac, are able to go to the website and then get it. So just is in the comments. You can click on it in the chat and go to the website. So as I said before, as you're setting up Git, you have to know what version of version you're downloading for, whether you're using Mac, Linux, or Windows. So for me, I'm using Windows. So when I click on Windows, it gives me to either to download the 32 bits or the 64 bits. Naturally, you have to check your system to know whether I have a 64-bit system or a 32-bit system. Now, here's how you check it. So you come to your file explorer, come to this PC, right click, then click on properties. Once you click on properties, you'll be able to see the bit of your system. You'll see the system type. You see the 64-bit operating system. This tells me that I'm able to download the one for the 64-bit operating system. But if your system is a 32-bit or an 86-bit operating system, you're getting the one for a 32-bit operating system. I hope you guys understand. If your system is a 32-bit, you're getting the one for a 32-bit, or if your system is a 32-bit or an 86-bit operating system, you're getting the one for a 32-bit operating system. Yes, if you have Git Bash, you're good to go, definitely. But that is the entire process of this. So you guys should move on and download for your own system. Yes, Chiso. Chisom, you raised your hand up. Yeah, Keto. If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
In my system now, in my Windows, to know if my system is 32-bit or 64 bit. Where should I go to check?
On your system, you hit the Windows plus E button to pop up your file explorer. Then go to this PC. Then in this PC, you right click and then click on properties. Once you click on properties, you will see your system type. Once you see your system type, you're going to see whether it's a 64-bit operating system or an 86-bit operating system or a 32-bit operating system. That is how you check for it. For phone users, Uju, you guys just have to take down notes on what is going on, so you'll be able to refer to it later. Because there is no terminal on your phone. So if you have downloaded Git, please put up your hands. Get your hand is up. If you have downloaded Git, put up your hand, please. Let's be fast. Temux for mobile. What we are dealing with right now is the terminal, and this terminal, why? Is because it's already ingrained in the system. Now, if you're writing Temux command, it depends. What have you linked it up with? Because this thing does a link up to what you have already. You understand? It's not about what exactly are you going to run on Temux to do. What are you going to run on Temux is you're going to be able to visualize the feel of what is being run on system. So that is why Temux is not considered. Temux is an app for that. Why this is an ingrained structure. I hope you get me. You can still do more research on Temux if you want. Please, if you have downloaded Git, please comment. Let's move on. Yes, Favor.
Okay, please. There are two this thing here. They say standalone installer and portable thumb drive edition. Which one am I to install?
Standalone installer. Or do you want to put it in a thumb drive?
No.
Exactly. So it's exactly as it says, the standalone installer or the hard drive. So download the standalone installer. So please download for it. Please, if you have downloaded or updated, please put up your hands. Let's be moving forward. We have quite a lot to cover. So that I want to have everyone that has downloaded. So once all of us have downloaded, I will now engage one particular person through the entire installation process so that everybody now takes notes on how to install, what to click, what not to click, and stuff like that. Meaning that this person is going to share their screen and we are now going to move through the installation process, which is why I need somebody who has not installed this thing before so that the person walks by their screen and I'm able to give tips on what exactly we are doing. Is that okay? So once somebody has downloaded it, please, can you tell me you've downloaded it in the comments so that we'll move on? Because there's quite a lot we have to cover. Yes, Ifebuche Chuku. Yeah.
I've downloaded it. So I've downloaded it.
No one has downloaded it yet.
I've downloaded it. I've downloaded it.
Remember, I said that I'm waiting for someone who has downloaded this thing so they will be able to share their screen and be able to walk them through the entire process. Or I assume you people want to set it up yourselves. Oh, okay, that's cool. So the first step is to go to the website, then you click on your system specs, then you install with the instructions, and then you start to use. So as you can see, there are baby steps that you are going to, that you can understand to use it. So who has successfully installed their own here? Sure, we move forward. Okay, so general knowledge. So you have to ensure that you have your version of Git. So using the knowledge of the first class from your installations and setup, you would have to know your system specifications. So I'll be able to download it specifically to the one that affects your system. This is to ensure you don't have any errors which will cause adverse effects when using Git. The main part of Git you'll be using is the Git bash. It is a terminal-like equivalent of the original terminal found on Unix systems and can perform some functions which you cannot find on the normal command prompt for Windows. So if you have downloaded this Git, please put up your hands because it seems that I'm talking to myself now and no one else is in this call. If you're having issues or anything, I mean, why are you here if you're not going to ask questions? Yes, Chiso. She put down her hand. Have you downloaded the Git? Yes, so
yes, I have the Git. I'm just trying to set it up.
I said if somebody has downloaded the Git, that the person should indicate so that I'll walk us through the installation. This means that the person will share their screen.
I'm not using my
So that I'll,
laptop to be with the call. That was why I didn't. I will not be able to share my screen. I'm using my phone to be on call. Yeah.
So if you have Git, if you're currently using a laptop and you have Git installed, please put your hands up. Only 2 people. So I assume others already have Git on their systems, as I'm not receiving any comments about downloading progress still coming on. I should assume that everybody already has Git. And has installed it. Well, that's a good thing. That's cool. So what can I use terminal to do? Okay, those who raise your hands, you can put it down. What can I use terminal to do? Okay, the possibilities are endless, really, with what you can use your terminal to do. And you will discover more as you advance on your study. But you can use the terminal to create and delete folders, route to a particular folder path, create and delete files, check your system health, download packages from the internet, and much more. So we are now going to get to business. So if you have your bash, if you have your Git installed already, so you'll just be doing something very simple. You're just going to come to your stats, then type in bash. It should pop up git bash, then you hit enter, and this thing should pop up. That is for those that have bash installed. You can do the same thing on your terminal. So I'm going to have it this way. Whatever I run on my bash, I'm going to run it on my command prompt. So we have this, we have cmd, and yeah. So this is what we're going to have. So what this thing is showing me right now is that why this thing is showing me this way is that it's been linked to my GitHub. So okay, so if you have your bash installed, you can simply type in git dash v. What this means is you're telling it to tell you what version of Git that you have. So as you can see, I have the Git version 2.28.1.windows.1. And also here, I can also type, yeah. What's the short code for this one? All right. Okay. Why I forget about that? So I'm still waiting for people who have installed. So I will move on. If you have installed, just put up your hands. So I should, as there has not been
I mean,
questions or any of that sort, put up your hand if you want to ask a question. If you have, if there have not been questions of that sort or any comments or any comments regards that, because I only have two people at the moment saying that they are still installing. That means we can move on. Sure, that's cool. Okay, so
I have a question.
yeah,
I'm installing it right now, and I want to know if I should go ahead and use Vim editor.
are you seeing exactly what I said? The thing you guys bring upon yourselves. I said if you have installed this Git, installing it means if you have downloaded it, tell me so that one of you would share their screens and I will walk them through the installation.
Okay.
Didn't I say this? Did
Okay.
I not say this?
I heard that part. Sorry.
So why didn't you tell me you had downloaded it so that I'll walk everybody here through the installation?
I just downloaded it. But I can't share my screen though. I'm watching it on my phone while my system, like I'm watching this class on my phone. Then I'm using a system.
Sure. David, did you have Git already or have you installed it? Or did you just install it?
Okay, I had Git already. My question is
Okay.
actually on the command that you just ran of Git bash.
Mm-hmm.
I could not get the version on my own Git bash. It was showing me something different.
What command did you run?
Git/v.
Git dash. What I did was dash, not
Git dash,
slash.
sorry, Git dash v.
What did they bring out?
He gave me something, Git unknown command, get user version, something like that. Everything was in like parentheses.
Okay. Can you share your screen at the moment?
I don't. I'm currently using my phone. I'm doing
Sure.
it on my laptop. Is it possible for me to switch to my back camera? Like,
So what you did was git dash v, right?
yes, I did.
And you hit enter, but it gave you an error.
He gave me, okay, let me call when he told me use it, then column, Git in parentheses, dash dash, version, parentheses, help,
Okay,
parts, all
okay.
those things here.
I get what you did. All right. So do git dash dash version. Should give
Okay,
you the same thing.
Git dash dash, version.
Version. Yeah.
Yes, it just worked.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Edwin, did you already have Git or did you just install or did you just download?
Is it me, sir? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, I had Git before on my phone. Like, I had Git before.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
So,
no
what
issues.
I want,
What you want to?
I'm so sorry because I joined the class when the class has already started. What I want to ask is concerning the other command interface you open.
Which command
Are
interface?
we meant to open it?
No, I'm just trying to show you some linked command you can perform both on your Git and your command prompt.
Okay. Because I'm trying to talk about the other. It seems like it's Windows command prompt.
Yeah, it's Windows command prompt.
Okay. It's not a must. You must open it too.
No, it's not a must. If yours too is showing command not found, try the longer part. Use git dash dash version, not git dash v. Daniel Anieko. Yes, Emeka.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sorry, I came late to the class. Please, can you tell me the website where I will download it so that I can share my screen? So since most people here already have the Git installed.
Sure, I'll send it to you. So go to the chart and then you see that. Yes, Favor.
Sir, please, I've installed it and I've opened the bash, or I don't know, but it's still showing like I didn't know the command you said. I didn't know, like, because I went out just now because my data just finished. I meant to buy data, so I don't know what you said before. Like, I don't know what you performed like on your computer that showed up this command or something like that.
Okay. Did you have Git before or did you just install it?
I just installed it. I just installed it now. And I've
Who has
opened it,
installed it?
so I don't know what you said.
Were you
I've
here when I
installed
said? Were you here when I said if somebody has installed it, so that I walk them through the installation process on their system?
Yes.
So why didn't you point that out? Or you know how to install it?
Okay, I went out for a while because my data finished. I don't know. Like, you
Yeah,
said something after. You said
yeah, sure.
something. Like, you opened your bash, whatever, and I like you did something on your computer. I didn't know what you did. That's why I'm asking you what you did.
Yeah, I know, sure. The main issue here right now is that I don't want anyone having further problems if they cannot integrate properly with their GitHub when it is time to do that with their GitHub. So it would appear that I actually did not do anything because I specifically and explicitly made it clear. Those people who have downloaded this thing, let me walk you through the installation process on your system so that you would not have
Okay.
any issues while installing this thing. So now, if you now have further issues connecting this thing to your GitHub, it would appear that I did not do anything. And this is the fourth time I'm repeating myself on this exact manner. But it's fine.
Okay.
It's no issue. So the command is you either write git dash dash version, that is this command here, or the shorthand command git dash v. So you see the version of Git installed in your system. As you can see, if you run that and it works for you, just indicate that it has worked for you. Like type it down. So guys, as you can see, I'm on my desktop already. So if you want the command I used to go to my desktop, it's the same command everywhere. You do cd desktop. Now this cd, what this cd does is so you change directory. That's exactly what cd means, for you to change directory. So these are some terminal commands that we're going to be using and walking through in this entire process. We are going to be changing the directory, list contents in that directory, copy, move, remove, changing the prompt text using colors. So Somebody put up their hands or something. Who wants to ask a question? Does anybody want to ask a question? I mean, this is just there for everybody to play around with. Nothing much. So what I'm basically doing now is just to change the color. So as you can see, I dropped down this entire thing. So if you don't really want to read this entire thing, you can just follow me as I'm moving forward. I mean, this is just to get you inside the basics, just to play around with your command prompt, basically. So yeah. So you have as you guys are seeing, I hope you guys are following me at the moment. If you're following me, just indicate. Okay, that's cool. And back to default. So basically, the color attribute just takes two values. First of all, is the color that you want to be the background, and second of all, the color that I want to be the text, which is why I've been switching between text color and other color before. So if we have used the CD, so now let's say that we are on the desktop. We want to get a particular file on the desktop. You understand? So we don't know exactly where it is. We can simply do the like I said, as you can see, some commands work very well on the terminal, which is the Unix type terminal, why it doesn't work here. And ls is an example of that command. As you can see, I typed in ls here first on this my command prompt, and it said that it is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. But immediately I typed in ls here, it gave me the list of everything. You understand? It gave me the list of everything on my desktop. Whereas if I come here and if I come to command prompt and type, let me clear this. It gives me the exact same thing with different commands. So what I typed here for my CMD, for my command prompt, is dir, which means directory. But then this thing now, this ls is just list. So it lists it out, while this one provides you with a directory to everything that is on the desktop. I hope you guys are seeing the differences and the similarities. Hello?
Yes, I am. I'm not sure about others, but I am.
We are following.
Okay, that's cool. So I'll clear my screen again. And you can also see the command is different. Normally, I use CLS here to clear my screen. That means clear screen. But I have to type in clear here to be able to clear everything on my bash. So now, I now want to route to a particular folder. Let's go to desktop and see the folder I want to route to. So let's say I want to route to BUNN. So basically what I'm just going to do is cd BUNN. And then, as you can see, it has updated my routes here because I'm now currently in the BUNN directory. Same thing here, because it recognizes BUNN. And you can also see the subtle differences, that it's the both command prompt and terminal does not really depend on, they don't really care on the type of case, on cases. So they will automatically use and assign cases to it. So if I want to see all the things that are here, I'll just do this, then I'll be able to see everything that is here. Who has a question? Okay. So moving on. Ask a question. So now, let's say in this BUNN, I want to create a folder called, um, I want to create a folder called class. So I will say mkdir class. So what this means that the command has been executed successfully. This means I've created a folder called class. Now to show you that I've created a folder called class, remember that both of these things are in the same directory. I can now come here and do cd class. You'll see that it has done this. It has routed to the folder class. But if I come here and do rm dir class, and then do something like ls here, it will tell me that ls cannot open directory, no such file or directory. You understand? Meaning that no more, I don't recognize anything that's called class. So let's now do cd. Doing dot backslash means that we are going back one step. So we have gone back to the main distance. So if you now go do again cd class, it's going to tell me a class, no such file or directory. Understand? Because we have removed it here. So let's make another directory here. I'm going to make another directory classes, so you guys will not know it is not the same directory. I've made it. So here I can come here and then do rmdir classes. So it will tell you that it has removed the dir classes. So now let's say that I want to route to classes here, cd classes naturally, but it will now tell me that it cannot find the path specified. This is just to show you the similarities. That once you are routed to anywhere, it receives updates in real time, and you are able to work with both parts of your files and be able to use them properly. You understand? Yes, Chikere.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Chikere.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask you, because I was playing around with Git like I think last week, and then why you have to like have like a GitHub account
Yep.
when you want to like configure. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Why is it that in Git you like configure, you have to like configure your username, like your GitHub username and your GitHub email address on your Git bash? Like it's necessary. Like if you want to like send codes from maybe probably from Git bash, you're using Git bash on VS Code and you want to send it to your GitHub. You want to send it to your GitHub. Will you work without actually configuring your GitHub username and email address on your Git bash?
You have to configure your GitHub. You have to configure your Git bash so that you'll be able to access, because it's something that is working hand in hand with GitHub. So it has to know that, okay, this is the user, this is where I'm committing to, this is exactly what I'm doing, so that it will be able to work.
I didn't really hear you.
Your background is noisy.
Okay.
Mute so that you can hear me. Mute yourself so that you can hear me because I'm not hearing myself either. Thank you very much. So what I said was that you have to configure it so that Git knows exactly who is who and who is pushing what to where. So it is connected to your repository. As you can see now, it tells me that, okay, we know that this user is Chibuzo Odigbo, which is me. And then it is now connected at Frank Livenia because it now knows that the user it is connected to is Frank Livenia. That is the user. That is my GitHub username. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I have another
So,
question.
so I'm not done. So the main thing that I said that I told you guys, so that when you guys are done with your Git, so that I'll be able to help you guys configure it, so that you guys will skip this entire part, so that you will not have an issue linking your GitHub to your Git. That's exactly why I said once you're done downloading, tell me so that I walk you through the entire process, so that it works fine. What's your other question?
Okay. Okay, another question is on Git, like on GitHub now. If you are like use GitHub a lot, there are sometimes when they ask you for there's a particular part for SSH key and PAT. Like what do they use those things for? Like SSH key and PAT. And,
Yeah,
and
SSH
another
key.
thing,
Okay.
okay, another one now. I tried hosting this website on GitHub, like, but it did not show. Like after following the whole process, I downloaded the video on YouTube. After following the whole process, I did not see it hosted on GitHub, but I later posted it on Netlify. But I want to understand why it did not host. I don't know whether it's because of the images I had. The images like connected to the HTML file and CSS file. Those are my questions.
Okay. Whilst I cannot give you the exact I can I'll because it exceeds your questions exceed the scope of this class. This class is just basically an introductory class to terminal commands and to help you guys install Git. But the reason why you are that in the network is because you did not use it appropriately. Okay, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk on my GitHub. So now let's say okay, this is my GitHub. What site right now? Okay. I'm looking for something that I just used basic HTML and CSS to do that I've not yet hosted. Okay, let's do this. So basically, if I'm going to go through the entire reason of hosting this thing, you understand? So basically what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to come inside this, my repository. So I now go to settings. I now click on pages. I now click on source deploy from branch. It's going to deploy from branch, then the branch. I'll now set the match to master branch, then the root folder. Then the root folder, that means it's just going to look at the folder and Git pages is currently disabled. Select a source below to enable Git pages for this. Okay, that's something I need to study on. Then I'll click on save. The custom domain. Git pages source saved. Custom domain. Not really. So this should automatically prompt it for me. It's been a while. It's been a while I use Git pages to do this thing. I use Git pages to host because there's Netlify, there is Vessel, and there is Render. So let me just say this. Okay, so it's the custom domain thing is not really needed. I just wanted to test it out. So it now says GitHub pages is designed to host your personal organization. As far as I've done this thing from master and put in the root here, and I've saved it, it's supposed to host my site properly. So don't mind this. This is something I did a long while ago. So basically, it has hosted it already. So as you can see, this is the link to the hosted link. That is the hosted link. So you can actually click it and see that it has been hosted as a proper website. So using Git pages is quite easy. And then back to your issue, if it is that stuff, I think it's because what is your HTML name? Is your HTML named index? Hello, who asked me this question? Where's the person that asked me this question?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Yeah, is your HTML named index? Chikara.
It's raining here, Sha. It's raining. That's why network is cracking.
Okay. Is your HTML named index?
No, it's different.
So please, whenever you want to do anything, your base project, your mind, like the place where all your HTML is going to be linked up, that is the first page of all your HTML, must be named index.html. Then others can be named other things. You can have your index.html, which is going to be like your landing page. Then other HTML files you now want to add can now be named other things .html. I hope you understand me.
Yeah, I understand. The second one, that's SSH key and path.
So SSH key and paths, it depends. If you want to clone, it depends on what you want to do. They will either ask you to use HTTPS, which I use, or you want to do your SSH. But the main thing about using SSH is that you need a key. So in getting a key, you need to have your own authentication key. That means you have to create your own authentication key for it to work. You understand? That is why I wonder why you'll be using SSH, especially at this time. I wonder why you're going to be using SSH. So if you're going to do anything, if you're going to clone a RIP or anything, please use the HTTPS. Do you understand? And don't bother yourself with SSH. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. I see that. So yeah, so now let's now create a proper directory. See the okay, make directory class, okay, cd class We have already gone through this before. Now, you can create a file inside this. You can create a file inside your directory and open it up. So normally you can create a HTML file. So you said touch index.html. This automatically creates a HTML file. So if you want to see the HTML file that we created, we simply type code. If you have VS Code installed, you can type code, give space, click dot, and then hit enter. It should pull up your VS Code. So as you can see, it has pulled up my VS Code. But the main thing is that I'm still in the BUNN. I'm still in BUNN, so we have to change that. And we have to cd class, then touch. I'm just going to bring back that code, index.html, then code dots, so it will pop it up for me. So we can see we now have the index.html created here. We have the index.html created here. Now, if you want to create a CSS file, we can just simply do the same thing, touch style.css. And we will see a style file is already created here. You can see. So you can use this to be able to create files. But then let's now create another HTML file like place.html. I'm using my CMD now. Touch place.html. You guys can see touch is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. To create a file on Windows, it's an extremely tasking process, which is why we had to get the bash, because the bash is Unix and it supports all these kind of things. But to create it, I've created it with it once, but the command is so long I cannot remember it. The command is so long I can't remember it, which is why I don't want you guys to bother yourself with it either, which is why it's preferable to have your git CLI here as opposed to the terminal. I don't even use terminal for normal things. So yeah, that's basically it. We cannot do ls here. It will not tell us that we have two files here, the index.html and style.css. Same thing here. If I do, it will tell me that I have index.html and style.css. Any questions? Yes, David.
Okay. You lost me where you were connecting your directory to the Git bash, because I tried connecting a directory. Sorry, can you hear me very well?
I can.
Okay. I tried connecting a directory. A directory is a folder now. Is the pathway to the folder.
Yeah.
Okay. So I tried connecting a directory I named blockchain UNN, but it kept telling me that there is no such file or directory. While in my file manager, there is a folder called blockchain UNN.
Where did you create your folder, and where are you staying to route to it? Because
Okay.
let's get the components properly. First of all, I ensured that I routed to my desktop on both cases. So you can see that I'm routed to my desktop first and foremost. Then inside my desktop, I have a folder already called BUNN. So I now route to the folder called BUNN. You understand? In both cases. So basically, I am in both folders. So now I routed to the folder called class. So I ensure that I am in both folders. So first of all, I make sure I'm in my desktop. So if you want to create a new folder in your desktop, you know how to do it. But in both cases, ensure that you are the proper place where you saved your file. If not, it will tell you that there is nothing there. Furthermore, if you now want to know exactly what is inside there, for normal command prompts, you can use dir, but for your distance, for your git CLI, for your git bash, you can use ls. It will list out the directories that are there, and the same thing for this. So find out where you have an issue, and then
Yeah, I figured it out. It was in document. So I just had
sure.
to change it to the document.
Exactly. So well, there you
Also,
have it.
is this command line case sensitive?
No, it is not.
So what would cause it to show me too many arguments? Bash cd too many arguments.
Because you give space.
I mean, I keep seeing this space. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So that is another thing with this. So okay, now let me show you guys with something with space. Clear. See the dot slash dot slash. I want to go back to my desktop. ls. So looking at my desktop, we are going to see that all the files I have here, it's either they have dashes. All the folders I have is either they have dashes on them or underscore. Please always use dashes. I mean, for the folders themselves. Always use dashes if you're going to name a multiple string element. Let me show it to you basically. You see, they're either single or they have dashes. What I'm talking about is folders that I will naturally need something to open. You understand? Forget personal folders. You understand? But what I mean is, look at this dash, look at this underscore, but please always use dashes. Dash, 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 dash. That is the conventional way of naming things. And please, you either name with, please always name with lower cases throughout. And it's for your own safety and for your own long run. Name with lower cases or name with Pascal cases. So basically, this is lowercase. So this is lowercase. This is Pascal case. This is Pascal case. Pascal case has both capital letter starting each new word that comes after. You understand? So either name with those conventions because they are very easy for you to they are very easy for you to get to. But now I made an error. And I think this is very good. So I made an error. So you can see that the name of this project is Room Booking App. Routing to this for me naturally will be hard. You understand? But I understand how this thing works. So normally, if I do this thing, because it's in my desktop, we all can see it that it is in my desktop here, Room Booking App. So see the room dash booking. Conventionally, I just have to give space and type app. What will it tell me? Bash cd, too many arguments. Let's try the same thing here. Cd room. Okay. System cannot find the path specified. Why? Because once you have given a space, it takes it as, oh, this is another argument that you want to put in. I'm seeing it as another argument that you want to put in. So I'll treat it as another argument. Sure you get. That is why it tells you too many arguments or you cannot find the path. So now, to be able to mitigate this thing, to be able for me to route to this folder perfectly, I just have to do cd room booking /app. Yeah, /space then app. What this thing tells the system now is that, okay, it's routing to a folder called Room Booking App, but there's a space in the middle between the booking and the app. So once you put / before giving space and then putting in the app, you are able to route to this. It knows that, okay, this is an entire directory on its own. Same thing here. CD room booking. As you can see, the thing that works on this thing on your terminal again does not work on your command prompt. The subtle differences between them. Somebody wanted to ask a question. Okay, so I hope you are seeing why it is paramount that we all have Git Bash, because it gives you a more flexible approach to how you are working with things on your system. So that's that about it. Okay. You can also use this thing to configure. You can also use this thing to configure stuff. Oh dear. So to configure stuff on the internet. So let's have a little bit of command. So basically, what this thing has showed me, yeah, is just that it showed me that the host. This is just I checked for Wi-Fi. You understand? For the network around me. So it says that first of all, it tells me that this thing is invalid. That the usage is show hosted network. The tag is the value, and the setting specifies the hosted network settings to display for my own personal system. You can use this thing to check for your own personal system. So you can use this thing to do many things. You can also use this thing to change the password of your Wi-Fi if you so want to. So that's basically it. That's basically it for that. It's nothing deep we're going to dive into. So basically, that is it. So we now know how to change our color. So let's try changing colors here. Hmm. I don't think Bash has the ability for colors. I think it comes by its own. So we now know how to route to the directory, list the contents. For command prompt, we now change the colors. So to copy or remove. So let's do this. RM. Let's first of all create something. Okay, cd dot slash bunn slash class. So that takes me directly to class. Then I now do touch page dot html. It creates the page for me. Creates the page for me, as you can see here. So we now come back here and then we now do rm page for HTML. As you can see, it has removed the page. It has deleted it. It has kaput. It has gone. So yeah. But then we can now do it back. We can now do touch page.html. It brings it back. Then we now do mv, which is supposed to be our move, mv page.html. Okay, you know what it says? It now says missing. Let's run that again. mv page.html. It now says missing destination file operand after page.html. Okay, so it needs us to move this. So to be able to do this, I'll show you guys what you can be able to do this in. So you can do move option, the source destination, move option source directory, move option to the source. So these are the things you can actually do. So I'll clear. So I'll say move page dot slash. Oh, okay. Move page .html dot slash. So you will see a page.html is no longer here. You understand? But when I now do cd dot slash and then ls, you would see that there is page.html among the list of things that are here. Why? Because I moved this thing. I moved this thing from page, from the class to bunn. So if I now want to bring this page back here, I just do mv page.html class, and cd class ls. You will now see that I've brought back page.html inside the class directory. So you guys see, to move files, and you can see down that it is back inside here. Hope you guys understand.
I can see why. Yes, I'm following. But then, can you please show the code of how you created that folder called class?
So let's say I want to create another folder. Unless I want to create another folder inside the class directory, what I simply have to do, this code is the same thing for both bash and command prompt. So I'm not going to be repeating it. So I'll just do make directory David. I didn't complete it. Make dir. Make directory David. So now let's come here. You see that we have a folder named David. So basically I've created a folder. Now let's say, let me now move directory. Move page.html David. Oh, move is not recognized. Interesting. So I'll now say cd David. No, move direct move page.html David. So as you can see here, David now has page.html. You see, it has been removed from, what it's showing is that it is not in this file path. You can see the file path bnn class page.html. It is not there. Instead, if you open the one in David, you're going to see that it is there. It is even showing us the name by the side. So it's going to see that it's now inside page.h. It's now inside David. Does this answer your question, David?
Yes, I understand it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So that's for basic file manipulations that you're going to be using. Others will be emphasized on the next class. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of time now to get your feedback on the class, the session, how you feel it has been going. I just need like 5 hands up so that we'll move forward. Let's be quick because we have other things to touch on. Are you any 5 hands or 3 so we'll move forward on your input about how the session has been? Then we move forward. Okay. Mitsura, if you're not able to see my screen, maybe you can leave the call and come back again. I think that might be the issue. I don't know. Okay, moving forward. Okay, Chikere.
Yeah, so yeah, the class is really nice. You're really taking your time to explain the fundamentals and basics, which is really good. because we are going to use them later on. Maybe if we want to deploy our sites using Git, although we have not gotten to that part, yeah, add, commit, and all. But it's going well. Even if you're not following now, you can go back to the recordings and look at it again, listen to it and get it. Anybody will get it. It's going well. It's just a network and all. Some people rain is falling in their side, but aside that, it's good. Everything is good.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay. Any other thing that anybody needs to clarify on what you're not getting to move forward, because we have come quite to the end of the class for terminal, because I made an observation when going through all your assignments. I told you guys I'm going to read every single article you guys wrote, and I read it. I was impressed with some, with others not so much. But the main thing that I found out that was a close thing with all of you guys is you guys don't know how to format your texts properly on Medium. So I was like, okay, while I'm doing this terminal class, I was also going to teach you guys how to format your texts on Medium so that they would look approachable. So come closer. We're going to do something nice for you guys. So yeah, I was like, when we have this terminal, why don't I teach you guys how to format your texts on Medium so that they appear nice. It's very good. I'm going to use some personal examples and then show you guys exactly what I mean. Okay, so moving on. Once you're able to see my screen, just comment that you can see my screen so that we'll move forward with the class. Good thing. So this session is actually planned to be a very interactive session. So I need you guys 100% input. We will be discussing. So I need people that would talk. Understand? So you guys should get ready to talk, and yeah, that's basically it. So you guys should compare between these two texts. We have Exhibit A and Exhibit B. So I need hands, basically. I'm coming, guys. Okay, if you can see my screen, just put up your hands. So if you can see my screen, just put up your hands. Sure. If you now have something to say about these two texts, now put up your hands. Just put up your hands so we'll move forward with it. If you have something to say about these two texts, put up your hands. Okay, we start with the first person, Alan Richard. Is he all right? Okay, Edwin, what's up? What do you have to say about the text?
Yo. Sorry, please, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, for exhibit A, I think in the test is not well formatted because there is no paragraph and the fonts being used here is just congested together. But when it comes to exhibit B, it is well formatted. The line space is very clear. I think the line space should be 1.5, and the font which is used here is very attractive, and how the paragraph each of the sentence has its own paragraph. Like each paragraph has one or two things it's just trying to point out than the exhibit A. And I think the exhibit B we attract more of readers. People will want to read more than exhibit A that is just so congested together. That's what I want to
say thank
Okay, thank you very much. So Emeka, what's up? What do you
Yeah, I'm
have to say?
fine. Okay, Edwin has said it all. Exhibit A is more hard to read and it doesn't attract the audience. And there is no clear separation of paragraph. Why Exhibit B, there is clear separation of paragraph and it's here to attract audience. That's what I have to say.
Okay, thank you. So let me fun fact, both of them are the same text, but you find out that you immediately switched your gaze to Exhibit B. Both of them are telling the same story. If you read both of them, you see that there is exactly the same thing, word for word. You understand? What you will notice is the difference between the fonting, the font, and the spacing. And yeah, you made the right decision that it is 1.5 line spacing. Both of them are 1.5 line spacing, but you can see that first of all, the fonting does make the difference, and you will find out that you relax more when you read Exhibit B. You understand? You relax more when you read Exhibit B because it draws you, unlike the Exhibit A that looks jumbled together. It's like what's going on here? Even if it's when you read in Exhibit B, you will find out that it is an interesting read. You want to read it, but it's the same thing as Exhibit A. So, but you will not feel the same feeling you're feeling when you're reading Exhibit A from when you're reading Exhibit B. You find out that you're feeling a different feeling. You feel motivated to go on with Exhibit B, but you don't feel anything at all with Exhibit A, which is why fonting actually does matter, because fonts are also a way to draw in a user. The usage of fonts in various places, where you make it bold, where you make it not bold, is actually a way to draw in users, so I'll be able to read and understand what exactly is going on. Okay. So the characteristics of properly formatted texts. We have consistency. Your texts have to be consistent. You have to use, if you decide to use two fonts, okay, use font 1 as the heading font and then font 2 as the body font. Don't mix fonts. Just stick with fonts. Be consistent with the fonts you want to use. Clear headings and subheadings. Make sure your headings are bigger than your subheadings, because the declaration of emphasis, so you'll be able to understand where and what precedes what. Adequate paragraphing. So you have to know where you cut your paragraphs. A paragraph basically is the start of something new. Like now, let's say that I want to introduce myself. I'm writing a composition about myself. I start with hello, good day, how are you? That's a paragraph. My name is so 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 so. I'm from so 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 so. I live at so 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 so, and I school at so 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 so. That's another paragraph. I like. That's another paragraph. You've not started another paragraph. You finish talking about yourself. Now you want to talk about what you like, your hobbies and everything. That will take another paragraph. Then you now come to the conclusion. I hope I have introduced myself properly. You understand? You now have a conclusion, so people will know you to give a sort of progression to your context, so people will be able to understand what exactly you're doing. So they also have to have appropriate line length. What this thing means is basically, so as you can see in the former exhibit, we have the other one, the way it was lined up looked, it did not show you any separation. It didn't show you that this is the start, this is the stop. It was just huddled in one place. But the second one, you saw it was more spaced. It had a line length showing you from where it started and where it stopped, from the edge of each line to the other, and everything followed a particular line. Then effective use of formatting elements. It shows the use of all these things together. So basically, we're going to be taking a walk in medium. So this is basically the medium playground. So this is where our small exercise, comes actually, because Idiom. Okay. So if you guys can see my medium, you guys will see what I have on my read or what I have on my read currently. So um, I'm now going to give you some examples of text I wrote before and text I wrote after. So yeah, okay, this is a text I wrote before. So let's take a quick gander. Let's take a quick gander to this text. We see how it is. Although it is properly spaced, it basically does not give that much of a context. It just looks like someone blabbing on and on and on. You get tired of reading. Because I myself, I got tired of reading immediately after this first thing. I do not think, first of all, how I started was not good. How I started was not good. It's like, I do not really think this question is for me. It doesn't really give enough context. It doesn't really give enough context to what exactly I am doing here. You understand? It says why I transition into tech. I could have started with something better. It'd be like transitioning into tech is a rare story that I happen not to be very good at telling. This is a more captivating sentence. We can agree. I don't know, but if you guys can agree, this is a more captivating sentence to start this with. Can I see your indication? But I think that it is better than I do not think this question is really for me. I could have said transitioning into tech. It is a more is a rare story. I don't think of telling. I don't perceive of telling. I have troubles telling it. I could have framed it within that context, give or take. But I started it with this thing, and then moving on. Once somebody is reading this thing, it comes off as rambles. Okay. Same thing as this one. Same thing as this one. It's just rambling. It's not really doing anything much. But then fast forward to the recent article that I wrote. Okay. So okay, somebody comes inside. The person comes inside, and then it's more like creating form with floating label, the React.js. The person now knows, okay, this is a title. Then you now have to getting started. You understand? You now reach. It comes from a heart of massive relief when I say I'm finally posting this because I've cracked it my own way. It gives the reader first thing. Once you read this statement now, compared to the last statements you read, what do you feel? I want to get your feel on this. What do you feel? I just need people to like put up their hands and say something. What do you feel reading this as to the contrast of reading the other one? Yes, Richard.
Okay, good evening.
No, good evening.
Yeah, I feel like this current one now, the first sentence there, it's more captivating, like it captures the interest of the reader. Unlike the other one, it just look blank and then I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
this one like is more captivating.
Okay. So I want so that's basically the Edwin, your hand is still up. Your hand is still up. You have to. Okay. I also wanted to point it out. You understand? So you see that you will lead the reader through a journey. When you're writing, you're leading the reader through a journey, you understand? So that they'll be able to follow you. You're telling a story, so they'll be able to follow you from your start to your finish. You understand? This is getting started. So you have this, you tell the users what to do, you add images to move forward with it, so you keep your users in the loop, and yeah, you understand, engaging text. So I'm going to lead you to okay, before I continue with that one, I want you guys to see another place. for you guys to get a clear contrast of previous writing and current writing. Okay. This is my hash node. So where's the first thing that I wrote? Okay. So I want you guys to read this. You understand? Just look at it. So you have the title front end development, perils of a newbie. Yeah. So I want you guys to read this and tell me what you first feel once you look at this. I'm waiting for your hands and your comments. What you first feel when you look at this. Do I have people in the house? Is anybody? Are people still? Are people still on this call with me? Yeah, I'm sure I've eaten into our time, but I just want us to do a bit and then move on. Hello, do I have guys? Do I have guys on this call? Information, but it's not properly formatted to give that information. Yes, Favor.
I think it's when I look at it, I want to read more. Like it looks interesting than the other one that you showed us. So I feel like this one, like, it draws my attention.
Okay. So, okay, thank you. So, okay, that is what you're getting from this now. Okay, that's what you get from this. Okay, let me share another one because I want to make a clear, how do I put it, a clear contrast. Which one was this? Okay, now look at this one. Do you spot a difference? Yes, Chikere.
Yeah, this one is more organized. The fonts are looking very attractive and pleasing to the eye. It makes the viewers like want to read to the end. Very engaging with images.
Okay, so okay, this is hash node. Is a different texting format. I just wanted to show people the difference. So I just wanted to show you a difference. So you will see that although the other one, yeah, it has information, it's cool, but you'll find out that this one has short, engaging text that will get people to actually read more and not actually clog as others were clogging. Understand? Okay, now let's fast forward to the most recent one I wrote on this hash node. You will see the same thing. It's that has those short, apt things that explain exactly what is going on. Okay, back to formatting with our medium. So I'll just give us a little bit of intro. So when you come on medium, it tells you to give a title and then tells you to tell your story. So I can say a title is class with BUNN and tell my story. Facing the hurdle of coaching a class in terminal commands was the highlight. I'm not sure this is correct. Of my Sunday. I have something I've started with. Understand? So I can now say, I've given an innuendo. I've given an innuendo to what I want to write. Class with VUNN, facing the hurdle of, I've given an innuendo. So we said, we can also saying, I was to coach on using terminal / command prompt to set up their directories and such for ease of use and to route to folders anywhere in their system. This is what command prompt looks like on using the terminal or okay. This is what command prompt looks like. So basically right now I'll basically sorry, this is taking quite a long while because I need to do something. So I hope you guys can see my screen. So and also I want to take a picture of my terminal here. I will simply do something like this. Just take a little bit picture of my terminal. I'll take a screenshot and then I'll now bring it back here and paste my image. So basically, if you take a screenshot, you can paste your image and you can add an alt text. My command prompt interface. Save. So it's the alternative text that is going to be shown here. So now, in Medium, you can also post your little code snippets. So I now want to route to the folder BUNN. So I can say here, we started off by creating a folder called, I'll now add a little bit of snippet, BUNN. And routing to it using code commands. Now I want to put in my code command. As you can see, it brings out this plus for me. Once I hit the plus, it tells me I can add an image from Unsplash, add a video, add an embed, add a new code block, or add a new part. But then what I just want to do is to add a little bit of code snippets. So I now do cd. So first of all, I have to route my desktop, cd desktop. Then I'll now do mkdir, make dir bunn. And I'll now do cd bunn. Yeah, and then that's it. So you can see I've added code. If you guys can see what I did, I have added a code and put in some specific things you are able to follow inside here. You understand? So basically, this is how you can add things inside. You add something. Maybe now you now want here, you now want to add introduction, Control B, big text. Yeah, you now want it to be big text so that it will tell you the introduction and yeah, proper formatting. That's basically it. So these are the things you can find in the Medium playground. You can be able to add images from Unsplash, add videos, add code, add an embed, and add a new part. So Medium characteristics. It provides proper formats to edit text. It provides additions to embed things like code, audio, video, links, etc. It allows you to choose font variations as you please. It allows you for you to be able to test how your text will sound to readers. So let's say I want to change this font right now. Okay, so more settings. Story preview. So you're able to see your story preview here. You're able to pin your story. You see the overview of the author. You will see you'll be able to add topics. You'll be able to maximize your SEO, and yeah, you'll be able to share it. You understand? So that is basically it with this. So as you can see, it automatically gives you this kind of font. But if you click on this, let's say you highlight this thing comes on and you click on it, you see you're able to change your text however you want. You understand? You see that different formatting that it gives you. It gives it to you however you want. Or if you want to add it as a quote, it has already added it as a quote and italicized it because it is a quote already. So it now, or you want it to be a larger quote, or you now give it back to normal. So you see, you can do different forms of editing there. And it allows you for you to be able to test how your text will sound to users. That is a pro feature. And this happens when you've published your book, published it already. So why do we format text? It makes it easier for the reader to read. It makes our work to look neat, precise, and intelligible. It allows us to pass information properly and grant you the proper audience, so you can build up the emotions you want to build up on the people you want to build up the emotions. It ensures that you get the proper emphasis out to the audience and not leave people second guessing your work, so that what you want to do is what you actually share. Yeah, and then that's it. This is the assignment. It will be made bare for you guys at the end of this class. And yeah, that is me. And yeah, that is me. So I'll share your assignment at the end of this class. Okay, so now inputs, guys. What do you guys find in this class? What do you guys want to touch on and stuff like that? So I will come to a close. If you have anything to say, any contribution to make, yes, Keto.
I stepped out to do something like very important. So I missed when you helped help them with their Git setup.
Okay, that one is no issue. You can still set up your Git when the class is posted, or I'll send you a link to what I've already written on how to set up your Git. You can't
Okay,
go back
thank
at
you.
this moment. No issue. If you want the link, you can DM me. If you want the link to the thing that I wrote, you can DM me. Okay, guys, if we don't have any input, we have come to the end of this class. It was great having you guys. Yeah, good night. And if you need to reach out to me for anything, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. You have my WhatsApp or any other thing. So, yeah, good night, guys. If you still have any questions, can ask.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Kato, your hand is still up.
I think I reached your account on GitHub, Frank Levanian. So how do I follow you? Is there or they don't follow people on this app?
Oh, okay, they do. You just on the place where you see the account, you click on the person's profile, then you go down, you will see follow there. Once you click on it, you will see an entire thing that says, "Hi, my name is blah blah blah." My entire readme, what I do and stuff. You see follow there. You'll be there. Hope you found it.
No, I haven't found it. So I can see your readme, but I can't see follow.
Just scroll down. Look at the be looking at the left hand side.
Left. Left hand side. Can't see anything. I can see you're an anime fan.
We are still in this thing. If you want to talk further, this we can DM me this
Okay, no
record.
problem.
Yeah, no
Oh,
issue.
that's true. That's true. This for I can't see any follow button at all.
Do you have a GitHub account?
I just created one.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me try to walk you through it right now. So let's say that there's somebody I want to follow at the moment. Let's say the person's name is Chris.
Yeah.
I'll just look for Chris basically. I'll look for users. Yeah, wow, there are a lot of people named Chris. So you can see already here, you just see the follow button here. You can click on this, or when you click on the person's name, you can scroll down. You see this follow button here is like this big. So yeah,
When I
you click
clicked
on
on
it
your
to
own
follow.
name, it just brought me to. It's coming. It just brought me to your README.
Oh, it depends on where you clicked from exactly, sure. Well, if you're searching, you search globally. You search globally instead of this thing. Or you can just search like like this way I did it now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Is what okay?
I'm asking, have you gotten the hang of it?
I searched Franklinvania and then I can see your name. It's showing me the option to star, but it's not showing me.
Oh, you searched my distance, my nick. You did not
Yeah.
search my you did not search my name. If you want to search my name, you search like the full thing.
That's what I type now, Franklinvania.
No, you search Chibuzo Franklin Odigbo, the full thing.
Okay, that's what I should start.
Yeah. I just typed Chibuzo Franklin. My name does not have an R, please. My name does not have an R.
Frank. Okay, okay, I'm supposed to go to users first.
Yes.
Okay, I was in repository.
Hmm.
I can see I followed you now.
Okay.
So, on what day would the recording of this class be posted?
I'm not the one that runs it, but when I'm not the one that does the recording, but they will make it known to you guys immediately it comes out.
Okay, why doesn't he like come out quick? Is the process like difficult?
It's Google that runs the edit. You understand? So it takes quite a while for Google to be done, depending on how large it is.
Okay, we'll talk more on your DM. I just looked at your profile picture and we've met before.
Oh, wow. Okay. No issue. It's cool.
Sorry, please. Sashibuzo,
Yeah. I can hear you.
please don't be offended. I don't know whether one can, me, one thing with me is sometimes some of our tutors, they might be like, if you have any question, just hit me. But sometimes
Mm.
you will drop message for them and it will take a whole year or 2 years before they will reply. That is why some of the tutors, I don't like messaging anybody. I just I don't know whether I just say let me try again. Let me just ask you because of the way you were responding to him. That is why I just say let me try my luck and know whether if someone can private chat, even if it's not what you like, maybe not what you thought, maybe behind, or maybe the person is going further, or maybe the person is just going the person is just dragging you back, or maybe the person is taking you further. Whether if it's possible, someone can DM you.
Yeah, sure, you can DM me.
Thank you very much.
No problem.